I'm so sorry that what happened last night, and some of you got really ticked off, like I'm gonna leave you hanging. Really? The stream will not get fixed. It took 3 hours. By the time it was corrected, it was 3 in the morning, New York time. I tried. I couldn't do it. I had no choice. Even when we abandoned the stream, it would not work. Something went wrong, and we contacted Google this morning, left a message, because no one, of course, is going to answer. And they didn't know what to say. As always, that's always what they say. We don't know what happened. We apologize. It sucks. Am I being seen? Am I being seen? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I think this is a little bit in the way, right? Yes, okay. No, that's too much. That's too in the way. Pretty, but in the way. Because I want to have a border there, right? That I can, so you guys can see the card spreads. I'm trying to make it where you guys can see the cards. Nothing happens smoothly. Nothing. In my entire life, things never run smoothly. And that's Saturn in its fall in Aries. And it's something that you have to learn to live with for the rest of your life. Uh, uh, when I tell you that I am amazed at myself at the amount of energy that I have, and that I don't burn out. Because just putting these things together can burn you out because it doesn't happen or homogenizes smoothly. But that's the fall of Saturn in Aries. And let me tell you, other people would have given up by now. But I have too much passion. Atomic passion. That's what we call it. Atomic passion. I have a lot of atomic passion. And I get very angry when things don't go my way. And that's very alpha energy. That's why I don't have a lot of friends and family members don't visit me and why I spend Christmas alone. I'm difficult. But it's men like me that get things done and furnish practical results. It's not going to happen by being a wimp or being a type B or type C person, you know? Because when there's resistance, these type Bs and type Cs people won't have the fortitude to fight. The alpha is for a reason, and that's why we get the brunt of the hit. But we furnish results, even though the polarity of that means that I might have to eat dinner by myself or celebrate Christmases and New Year's by myself. Because nobody wants to be with me. Because, I don't like weak people. I don't like people who always say, I don't know. And I don't like ineffective people. And that sounds harsh. But if I'm going to be someone who's going to get things done, I have to be very ruthless because we're living in a very ruthless world full of duality and bipolarism and all kinds of crazy nuts, including myself. So, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay? All right. Let us announce. And that sounds harsh, I know. And don't get me wrong, I have been weak in my life. I have been a pushover in my life. I've been all those things that I don't like to see in other people. I've been that. And I've transcended that. And that took time and evolution. And everyone is awarded that time in evolution to transcend their weaknesses. No one is born weak. No one is born strong. We were created by beings. We are hybrid beings, created by other beings, and endowed with abilities and deficiencies according to their liking. So at the end of the day, it's not about you not being capable or me being capable. It's about what they decided what role we should play in this life. They call the shots when we were born and when we die. And if we look at it that way, we can learn to look at each other with compassion and sensitivity and empathy. Because we're all created by beings that we don't know, whose agendas we don't know. And we're put here to experience what we call life in all of its different forms and varieties. You know, a great scheme that the Creator did in creating life. Or is it? We don't know. Honestly, I believe mango margarita. And I never finished the can. I always do like half. And I ate very nice. I'm gonna have a nice lunch. Arroz con pollo, Dominican style. Well, I cooked it myself. I cook. I had a good sleep. Terrible, 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 terrible. These are those, again, this is Saturn, the blockages. And you just have to learn to live with it. Like someone in a wheelchair, or someone who's a paraplegic, or someone who's autistic. They're never going to be normal. Someone who's a paraplegic is not going to suddenly get up and walk and not be a paraplegic. Stephen Hawkins, who discovered the black holes, a paraplegic. And if you know the story of Stephen Hawkins, he went to the best schools, a promising guy, but then he got struck with this disease, and he just made, his body was disfigured, and he ended up, like awful. When I saw him, I did like some conferences, and I was in tears. But it took him to be in that kind of state for the brilliance of his mind to discover the black holes and do the mathematics to prove that black holes exist. For that kind of discovery, the opposite polarity of that is to tax the body. Why do you think I'm losing weight? Yes, my mind is brilliant, and I am very strong and very intelligent, but the polarity of that is that my body takes a hit. And that's why I'm losing weight. The doctors don't know what's going on. They think it's cancer. I'm saying it's not. The tests are coming back negative. They don't understand what it is. They get HIV. They try everything. Now, and they're still losing. Now, listen. And one person, oh my God, Fernando, what's going on? Now, listen, I did not create this body. And I did not choose to be here. I'm being guided by God, and He is calling the shots. And I'm not going to react by being worried. We're all going to die one day. I don't believe my time is now, but if it happens to be, what can I do about it? Yeah, let me just keep moving and doing what I got to do and leave the rest to Him. And that takes mental strength. When people hear, oh, it might be cancer, people start falling apart. They start dying before the cancer even gets into their cells. I'm not that type of person. I'm much more elevated than that. I think I'm much more evolved in that. And I know that disease, when I used to get sick, really, really sick, I would talk to my diseases or the syndrome. I would talk to him. Say, but listen. We're here together. You use me as a host. But if you kill me, then we both die, so what's up? Ain't that stupid? So slow your roll. Oh, yes. It's funny. One psychic told me, an older woman, she told me, when you go to the doctor, you talk to your illnesses, you talk to your diseases, and you talk to your body, and they listen to you. How did you know how to do that? And I told her, because I know I am God in human form. That's the biggest kept secret. We can control everything with the mind, but you have to be very self-assured. And that in itself can be a journey in self-discovery and self-acceptance. Let me tell you, there's a part of me, a small part, that will be happy to be out of here. Only a small percentage, because it gets exhausting to be living in a world of pain and duality, and you get tired of that shit. By the time you reach a certain age, you want to get the fuck out of here. Not enough. But don't worry. That's not me talking about, but I can understand why people, because damn, No, this is a demiurgic world. And it's not designed to be perfect. It's designed to inflict pain. Because through pain, according to this God, is how we evolve and grow. I tell you personally, I don't believe that shit. There are other ways to evolve, and this is not the only scheme on the cosmos that things work in the way they should. I think it fits someone else's agenda, really. It's not the way it's supposed to be. And I will die saying that. It is not supposed to be like this. Okay. But it is at the moment. So let me see who's here. And of course, when I pick up for you guys, if you guys want reading, again, they're 5 minutes free for all of you that are on the stream. All right, let's see. I can make a little one, but the little one is whack. It's whack. You don't magnify. You don't magnify. It's whack. Like crack. Crack is whack, right? I agree with the late Whitney Houston. He said, all right, I know, please. No. You gotta get the big one. That one's work. Solo that God. Ah, yeah. Sugar Candy. Hey, good morning, Sunday afternoon. Sunday morning, actually. Solo guy. Hi, this is Sophia Turner. How you doing? Nectar Lotus. How are you? Love you back. Goddess of Alchemy. Yes, and I love boxing. I used to belong to a boxing gym. Love boxing. Hey, Stephen here. Stephen, is that Stephen from Glacier? From Germany? No, that's not Mr. Glacier. I gotta talk to him. I've been having visions of Mr. Glacier. Gotta talk to him. Something's coming his way, which is really good. How are you, Stefan? Stefan. Oh, but this is not Glacier. It's another Stefan. Okay, how are you? Just the same. Stefani Meshram. How are you? Merry Christmas to you too. All of my nieces and nephews out there that I've adopted. Bun, Merry Sunday, the Comic Zone. Hey, Marty Benz, you are out of reading. I have you on the list, Marty Benz. And Natalie Segil. Thank you. There you go. Here you go. There you go. Here you go. My margarita in a can. I'm telling you, it's 5% alcohol, and you might as well be drinking juice. Because I've been drinking such heavy alcohol most of my life, maybe it tastes like juice to me. You don't even taste the 5%, but it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice, smooth sailing. But I mean, in my head, that's what I make it out to be. The smooth sailing was all the roughneck stuff I was drinking. Oh my God. And it wasn't really me. It was them archons. And they're still mad because I ain't drinking. I'm like, really, bitch? After you see what my body's going through, really? I'm like, oh, don't worry. We can fix that for you. They have in the past. But no, you don't do that. You don't. It's a bad example for young people. There has to be some moral restraint. Who's this? It is Seven Glacier. It is you. It doesn't look like you in your picture. Yeah, please give me a call, Mr. Glacier. Stuff is popping around you. Stuff is popping. The work, the job. I know you left that other job, and I know it was the best thing you could have done. So much jealousy against you and envy. You're brilliant, and you do things in your own way. You're gonna be a great man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna hear a lot about you. So please call me because I want to do an update for you. Having a glass of wine and a spliff with my alcohol. Haha. So am I. There's my spliff. I got my little spliff right here. That's a shame. Okay. Shireen Robert, make sense, Uncle. Are you? Yes, I'm fighting very hungry for you, Uncle. Thank you for. Are you very welcome, Stephanie? I love this, the type of work I love to do. Croaker Turtle, how are you? And I had to think about that. Would I be this happy if I was doing my YouTube? Will I be this happy? I guess I would. I would because me. I'm a very happy person, and I need and want for nothing, so I should be happy. And relatively, for the most times, I am. If I am sad or feel bad, it's due to personal family problems. You know, my family my family dynamic is very poor. It's almost destroyed, and I have to fix that. I have a very poor and sad relationship with my brothers, which has to be corrected and brought to evolution. So and then I got my own personal love life, which is almost none, and it's been tragic and tumultuous and exhausting. So in these areas, yes, but I don't let it get me. It's part of growing. It's part of learning. It's part of karma. It's part of and what do? You handle it. You deal with it. Have a little drink, a little spliff, and keep it moving. Nothing is forever. Things do break off and balance out, but that's part of life, you know. We're living in a world of duality, and we are going to experience both the good and the fucking bad. And it sucks. It truly sucks. But this is the way the universe was designed. And we were designed to experience that because we are being ruled by a demiurge God that is not the true God, Cancer, but runs this system. So what can you do? I'm trying to put it where you can see the cards, right? And that might not be possible unless I put it right here, you know? And then, you know, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Not only did it fall, it fell on the glass and broke the glass. Do you see how Saturn works in Aries? Aries represents the vital force, and when Saturn is here, it impedes that force, which makes things not function properly. So I gotta throw away the drink, throw away my favorite glass, because Saturn also destroys desire. It destroys anything that's fun, anything that's good. That's why it's called the devil. And to see what you do, how you react. And I'd be like, I got 10,000 glasses, and I got 10,000 cans, and I got 10,000 lighters. Fuck you. I have everything prepared. So when these things happen, boom, 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 I replace it. That's how you have to, I have to think two steps ahead to anticipate these things. And I do. And look, I can write back. And why does this happen? It happens to either fine tune your skills. See, it changed it again. It changed it again. And it does these things, and it's powerful. It's powerful. If you're not strong mentally, this can drive you crazy. If you are not mentally strong, this could break you. These types of resistances and obstacles and oppositions and adversity can break you, can tear you down. And that's exactly what it's designed to do. And I say, fuck yeah, not gonna happen. And that's why I succeed. Can you imagine somebody else going through this? It is constant, constant. If you read it in the books, Saturn in Aries, it says constant moment to moment adjustments to the point of exhaustion. But if you, there are many people with Saturn in Aries that are very successful. That thing, you do reach success because if you don't stop and you're relentless, yes, you do reach a point of success. And people with Saturn in Aries are among some of the most successful people because we fucking earn it. You know, it's I'm telling you, it's quite an experience. Now, And that was my nice, cute little glass too. But I got my chalice. Fuck you. And forgive me that, of course, I'm cursing on a Sunday. But that's how I handle Saturn. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not going to be affected by your shit. And I'm going to keep on doing it. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keeping them groovy. I got to keep on, keep on, keep on. That, and in your head, you got to do all kinds of shit to offset these types of incongruencies. Because it is annoying. But it's designed for that. This is why it's called the devil. All right. Now, let's look at now what just dropped. Okay. Oh, it's awful. I will not wish this placement on anybody. It's awful. You have to be mentally strong to handle these things. And then the other backlash is with all this effort, and when things go wrong, you have people that then they clobber you. That's the other. Saturn uses other people to also hurt you, insult you, and belittle you, and be mean you. That's why I got a mouth to me, to be ready to flare up. I want to have that sword, because it comes in many forms. The adversity of Saturn comes in many forms. He uses people to impede your progress, block you, cause obstacles, opposition, and a plague with poor health, illnesses, anything to slow you down and stop you. Saturn in Aries is designed to stop you and to kill the vital force within you, to see how you'll replace it and what you will do. Yes, but as you can see, you must know me by now, I am equally relentless, and determined to succeed. So, when you got that makes you a powerful contender. Okay, let us choose someone right random from the chat. Well, but first, yeah, say hello to everybody. Yeah, and this is the Aquarium. New Age Aquarius. The tarot cards as we know them will change. Since the god of Pisces is gone, and the age, we need a new tarot card deck that resembles the new age. And they're already here. These are brand new, and they look nothing like the old traditional ones. Yo, the whole world and the whole age is changing spheres. And we are privileged, we should be privileged that we are alive to see this transition. Some people will read about us in history books, like we read in history books the age of the Iliad and Homer, and the great empires of the past. People will regard us in the same reverence, thousands or even hundreds of years to come. And isn't it wonderful that you are a part of that history? All right. Let me choose one, and that one is Melody. Hey, Melody with the Irish lotus petals. That's still there. Melody, you are, I'm going to read you, so I'm just going to read, just boom. Melody, 5 minutes. Whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, here we go. Anyone that's logged in the stream is going to get the 5-minute reading, everybody. Okay, Melody, with the 4 or the 3 Irish lotus flowers. This is for you. There are a lot of you who also called and would like to continue the reading. If you're here, great. If you're not, I have your phone number so I can call you. Okay, you have a heart to you. Beautiful heart, beautiful heart. And the universe is working with you. It's working with you. You are in synchronicity with the universe. Be very careful to be too trusting this year. There are people that are studying you and are trying to scam you. I don't know who it is, but there are people that are looking at you and they think that your sensitivities and weakness, they're going to try to take advantage of you. Be careful. They see, because you have a beautiful heart, Melody. Beautiful heart. You need to meditate more, Melody. You need to meditate more. Go inside. Stillness is the most powerful force besides love in the universe. Stillness. Stand still in your meditation, and you're going to start to unravel the secret self, Melody. Okay? That is what I'm going to give for you for the incoming year that's coming in, okay? Uh-huh. And the next person, again, choosing randomly, randomly. Because I have all those of you who are still needed. Yeah. You are? Uh-oh. Okay. Nest good. Test. Test Sud. Please send me your blessings. Okay, I'm doing that right now, but doing your reading. It was difficult to pronounce that. Blessings abound. Blessings for each and every one of you. In fact, let me bring the bell out here. Okay. Wow. Listen, do you play lottery or do you play numbers? I need you, I'm getting 3 numbers here. Number 3, 0, 303, and 30, and 03. If you are someone that plays numbers, play it. 3, 303, 30, and 03, or 003. Don't play it now. Let me tell you how lottery winnings work. Now that we are talking about it. Do you ever get a number and then you play it and don't come out? And you play it again and again and you don't come out? And the day that you stop playing it, the bitch comes out. That's also Neptune. Remember what I talked about The Secret? That book? Well, the lottery operates that way. If you get a dream with numbers, first of all, this is what you do to get the number. So for those of you who get numbers and you play it and they don't come out, but it comes out when you stop, this is what you're doing wrong. I'll tell you. When you, and it tells you, could call me and let me know if it's bullshit. Because I do it. It never fails. Let me tell you something that you don't know about the Lottery Commission. I used to have a job back in the day where I would take lottery winners to the IRS to pay the taxes. Oh my God, I've done all kinds of jobs. But I was an accountant, and I'm good with math and numbers. So, and I used to work for the IRS. So, the Lottery Commission has a formula on how lottery winnings, including numbers that you play, like in the bodegas and in the local stores or in the Arab smoke shops, they are all regulated by the Lottery Commission and the IRS. And believe it or not, to your ignorance, there is a formula that they use. And in the stock market and in the stock trade, the indexes, they use this equation too. It's called the 23-day rule. If you work in the stock market, I used to be a chartist for the stock market. I self-taught. And I used to predict the price action, the call and the put, and the selling short, seeing how all that fun stuff. Make good money too, and help other people make money. Yes, when you're good with math, you can do all kinds of jobs. And as a chartist, which is really, I truly enjoy that job. You use what's called a 23-day rule, or the Fibonacci numbers. Remember we talked about that, about the plants? Well, you can use it also in business and in money. Oh my God. The Fibonacci numbers, the 23-day rule, and then there is the 3-week cycle. And they guess where they are basing these numbers and equations from. Besides the Fibonacci number, which is not. But the others are. Guess! A lot of fun. And of course I can prove it. And that's half the fun. The moon. Yes? The moon. If you get a lottery number, play it on the full moon. The number will come out on the new moon. 3 weeks. It takes 3 weeks from one quarter to another. From full moon to new moon is 3 weeks. And then in 1.5 weeks, you have the first quarter. You never play numbers on the first quarter of the moon. The first quarter is the quarter of destruction. If you plot the Titanic, when the Titanic sunk in 1912, April 17, at 6:30 in the morning. It was 1912, and it was, I think it was April 17, Scorpio, number 8, 12, Pisces, sorrow, the ocean, and the full and the moon was in Scorpio when the Titanic sunk. The ice hit around 3 in the morning, the witching hour, and it sunk by 6:05 in the morning. The moon was in Scorpio, and it was in the first quarter, and that is destruction. Fierce, fierce. You get chills when you look at it. That ship was meant, and all those people in it were meant to die on that day. Everything was set up. And of course, the people who died in that Titanic, all of them were very, very wealthy. And then you had the working class and the working poor. The ran the ship were the wealthy, all of them died. All 14 of them. It was awful. But, and they told me they were meant to die. It was their time to die. And some of them wealthy people were horrible people that did all kinds of horrible things to get their money. And this is the retribution that occurs. But you have to play these numbers, my dear. You're going to get some nice money, okay? The full moon you play, the new moon you get the results. Never play lottery numbers on the first quarter moon. Okay, very good, very good. Wasn't that cute, very interesting? Alrighty, next. Who's next? Yodi, the model. Thank you. Yodi, the model. Let's go, Yodi. Let's do a live reading for you, Yodi. Alrighty. Yodi, the model. Oh my goodness. I used to model when I was in my 20s. Underwear. But now look at me like I'm losing the body. Everything fades and goes. That's why you can't stay attached to looks and beauty. It all goes. Because for Fernando, I can't embarrass showing your arms like that. You have 18-inch arm. Now you look all like you're dying of AIDS. I'm like, well, this is my true self. This is just a vehicle. That's all it is. A vehicle. The true essence of me is inside. And that is God itself. And this is not forever. My body will recover. You just have to be patient and go through the trials that you are meant to go through. And do it with grace and dignity. And you'll be all right. Okay. The model. Let's see what's in store for you for the new year. which is the number 4, which is Capricorn, which is the signature of wealth. What we have here? Okay, you have to lighten up a bit. You might have a little anger issue, a little bit. Little anger issue. You're too pretty to be too angry or angry though. Work it out. Go to it, work it out, or leave it to God and pray. Don't take it too seriously. Sometimes you are at fault at certain things and you don't take ownership. Try to change that around because we all fall short of the glory of God. All of us. No one is above correction. Nobody. So try to be a little bit more humble and don't be a firecracker. Don't be quick to react. You don't know what you want to do, or you don't seem to know what is your purpose concerning your destiny. Go to astrotheme.com or go to cafeastrology.com. A lot of you like cafe astrology. I'm not too crazy about it, but then again, I'm a professional, not a novice. So these sites are for like, for beginners and novice and for the public. It's not; these are not professional sites for astrologers. But the one I'm giving you is astrotheme.com is very good. I use it. It's very, very good. I want you to do your birth chart and read what it says, because they give you samples of interpretation. Astrotheme.com, that's what I use. Read it, do your chart, put it in, and it's very good. It's very good. If you cannot afford an astrologer at the moment, use that site. And that means all of you, to all of you. And if there's something you don't understand, call me or text me and I might clarify it for you once you do your chart. But do your chart online, astrotheme.com, which is what I use. And sometimes I use the description that they give you. I can do that as a professional and then add more to it. But I am very happy with the little bit that they give you. It's very good. It's very good. It's been designed by astrologers. The other ones, I don't think so, because there's problems with degrees and myths of art and different house systems that makes me believe that these are not astrologers. And if they are, they're terrible mathematicians. And I haven't met an astrologer that's a terrible mathematician. So I conclude that some of these websites on astrology charts are not owned by astrologers, but are created because it's a big business. Astrology is a big business. That's why the people on Instagram are trying to scam my name and take my idea, to take your money and take your, there's a lot of money being involved in this. And people are going to try to do all kinds of things to tap into that money flow. But astrotheme.com was designed by astrologers. And I sanction, and I use it. And you should use it and put on your birthday, birth time, and read what it tells you. It's very good. You need that, my dear. Okay, very good, very good. And next, what fell? Because you always gotta be ready for whatever pops. My goof up. And I have to get up and get it up, because the way it fell is forcing me to get up and do it. The other thing about Saturn in Aries is that it squanders your time and depletes your energy reserve. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Why do you think I drink? You have to live with this for the rest of your life. This is Saturn. But you get better at it as you get older, and you master it. But who wants to be bothered with all of that? There was a time, though, in humanity where God created the world perfectly. Man did not have to work, did not have to go through suffering, did not have to go through labor. And there's a Greek literature written by Ovid. The author is Ovid, and it's called Of Works and Days. And it's a mythology, creation myth, detailing that once God created the world and made it perfect, man doesn't have to work, he doesn't have to lift a finger. It is truly a golden age. But everything around man began to deteriorate. And because man was not allowed to do anything, life ended as quickly as it began. So then the gods recreated the world and made it a world of duality and polarity, where man is forced to work to sustain life and around him and himself. So this is why we have a world of duality, because a world of perfection was created before, but it was destroyed because mankind was too lazy to maintain it. So now he must work hard to maintain it in order for him to gain an appreciation of it. Because anything freely given to you will not be appreciated or valued. But if it comes from the sweat of your brow, you will have value to it and appreciate it. And this is why we live in a world of duality and polarity. We are forced to work to maintain, because when it was given to us, we took it for granted. To tell you, so we do know why. But it sucks. All right, who is next? Yeah, that book is it's a literature. It's called Of Works and Days by Ovid. Mary Burns, Gemini Sun, Leo Rising, Aries Moon. Oh, Mary Burns, you are next. Sugar Candy, what am I using? I'm using a new deck for the Aquarian age. We're no longer using the Wake deck, the Rider deck, Aleister Crowley. They all died with the Piscean age. Now we have new ones that herald the new age, to prepare for the new age. And they're a lot more scientific and spacey oriented and cosmic, of course, because we are going to be sharing our planet with these extraterrestrial beings that are on their way here. So that it's going to be a whole different world. And they are the ones that are going to be running the governments of the world. And since I'm talking about it, I'm going to add something else. Have you guys seen the Hunger Games? Remember the Hunger Games? The Hunger Games with what's the actress name? Jennifer Lawrence. The Hunger Games, that's real. That's real. The people putting the humans to fight against each other for food, in the movie, it's other humans. In real life, it'll be these beings causing us to fight each other, kill each other, have games to compete against food and life. The same way we've been treating each other, they will treat us. That's the polarity. There's another movie called The Maze about these young people who are trying to get out, and they open at a particular time, the door, and they have to run through the maze, but it's a labyrinth, and there's a monster that's out there to kill them and devour them. They'll create games like that, in which we will be the subjects. Like gladiators in the Roman period, where they threw men out in the pit to be eaten by lions. We've done a lot of shit to each other over the ages. Now it's our turn to be on the other side of that. That's the polarity. And of course, this is not going to happen to the good people. It will happen to those who do not have the mark. It's deep. So watch that movie. And watch all of the scenes of the Hunger Games. That is how it's going to be like. No one will have separate clothing, like in the video. Everybody will have the same clothing, like a uniform. Yeah. These films are telling you what the world will be looking like in the next coming ages. It's just been kept from you. What do you think about that? In fact, let me take a time and a pause to see what your comments are about that. Of course, this will occur centuries from now. It's not going to happen now. Remember, the age is 2,500 years. So this is not going to happen right now. But that is what's going to happen. So let me see what you got to say about that. Let's see what you got to say about that. Well, Sugar Candy, that's gonna happen. Every detail to detail. That's real. Like the movie Gray State. Yes, that's right, Sophia Turner. That's correct. My Zilly isn't working. Well, what else is new? That's another Saturn in Aries. Try again. and see what happens and see what they tell you. But what can I tell you? That's another Saturn in Aries. All right, Leo, Vivi Caria, Libra Sun, Leo Ascendant, Gemini Moon. I'm really excited for aliens to come. Uh, DCH says, watch Squid Games. If you like Hunger Games, Crazy Real, all that. Where do you think they get these ideas to make these movies? You gotta ask yourself. And very well written, very well executed, like they know something. And they do know. When I first saw it, I knew it was real. Oh, yeah, it was Sila. Oh, yeah. I already saw that in a dream. Thank you. You see, you're now Tina the Traveler. You're now. Your Uncle N telling you wrong, and your Uncle N steering you wrong. That's why I get so much enemies and I get so much obstacles, because they know I'm telling the truth. And I know that it's these people and YouTube and all the people, are making all these problems. Fernando, did you watch the Squid Game? Very similar. Layla Degan. Layla Degan, I got to read you. I didn't see you last night. So I got you for your reading. Yes, that is true. That is true. Oops, I pressed the wrong one. Virgo Sun, Pisces, Moon, Sag rising, Jupiter, and Nothing on Aries, Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus, the first house. Okay. Oops. And it says here, yes, it's right in front of our face. You're spilling facts. Yes, I am, and people hate me for it. And do you know that somebody tried to shut down my channel on YouTube? An executive said that my esoteric videos on astrology were very provocative and too sexual, and they blocked one of my videos from being seen for teenagers, 18 years of age and lower. So I contacted my attorney and wrote a letter to unblock it. I mean, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. They're trying anything. I don't know what to say. Don't know what to tell about the Zelly. I don't know what's wrong. Did they tell you anything? The account should be working. I don't know. These are the things that I have no control of. This is Saturn. Yes, I watched the fifth wave. Yeah, these are blockages to cut my money so that I don't get paid. That's all part of to stop me and to get me discouraged so I can leave the channel and stuff like that. Because they cannot block me and censor me because I do have a legal team. And we won our first lawsuit. And yeah, and well, not can't talk too much about it, but they don't think I'm some wimp now. They know that I have legal force and might, and I won, and they did not see that coming. Friend, I'm 46 and seeing the control over the years, and I actually became suspicious. Of all my bad luck to then read my birth chart and realize I had no control. Yes, I was born on the 19th. Good. Danny Bethia Brahma. Very good. Welcome. Yeah. And they can get you and know everything about you. That's why these platforms exist, and they ask for your name, your number, your profile, all that, and Facebook, all that can be used against you if the government wants to get you. Because they know everything about you, because everything about you is public. This is done by design. And it's very skillfully done. Unable to accept payment says you're a small business, unable to accept, we love you so much. That's not true. That is not true. I don't know what's going on. Payment says there's a small business unable to accept payment from debit card. Oh, I see. If you want to pay through Zelly, no, Zelly works, but you cannot use a debit card to send money. You have to have a bank account. Bank of America will not take money from you if you don't have a bank account, and they don't take debit cards. It's not that it doesn't work. You don't have a bank secured, so they won't take it. You have to use a bank. It's stupid. And if I want clients to pay from overseas, oh my God, they have changed the entire paradigm. You got to pay $15 per transaction to wire the money, and you got to give them your routing number and account number and code of the bank. Anyone can take that and steal it and do all kinds of things with your account. When I looked at them, I told Bank of America, if you don't fix this, I am taking my business elsewhere. This is not, they just going totally different from the way conventional banking should be. And I used to be a loan officer for Citibank and Chase Bank and an underwriter. I know how this works. And Bank of America is doing something totally different. I don't understand what they're doing. But you do need to have a bank account, in order to send the money. They don't take debit cards. You have called me. Let me know that if you read the terms of services, you are covered for the entire year. That's postponed one purpose. And if you got one session, then 3 sessions, it was meant to be that way. The things happen in divine timing. You're still covered, and we still have a year, and that covers us too. For the such kinds of incongruencies, or like technical trouble, failed absences, or missed appointments, that happens. So that's why you're covered for the entire year. So don't fret. Be good. Yeah, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. And this is a spiritual service. And it is by divine timing. As much time as I like to do charts for some of you at the right timing, because I'm a Virgo, I hate when the timing gets off or it's postponed or something happens. But it's divine timing. The universe determines when that happens. But you're always covered. Very good. This is Mura. Hi, Uncle Fernando. How are you? Madeline. I will be watching your video. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, so no one has anything to say about that. So let me continue. Mary Benz, you are next. Seems illegal, Bank of America? Well, let me tell you, because of the collapse of 2008, it is illegal. The banks are doing all kinds of things, running amok, taking people's money, people's account, and then bidding it on the stock market and making money off the interest. They are doing all kinds of things with our money. Again, another reason why these beings are coming to take control, because these elites have completely ran this planet to the ground, and they're doing just anything they want, completely unchecked. This is why they're coming. Okay. Let's see. May Benz, Gemini Sun, Leo Rising, and Aries Moon. May Benz, let's do you now, May Benz. Even to put it on the holder becomes difficult. It's fierce. Mary Benz. Mary Benz. Mary Benz, you're coming into abundance too. I know what you did, what you've done, but uh, the cycle that's going to reap benefits now when we enter in January is going to bring you some tangible results. Very good. So don't lose faith. Everything that you're doing is going to pay off. You have a guardian angel, a spirit guide that's with you and is guiding you, especially in business. You're here to do something with business. Aha. Yeah, you're gonna enter a Plutonian transformation, Mary Benz, meaning that you're gonna change. Like kind of like what I'm going through, the transformational change that I'm going through emotionally, mentally, physically, as you can see. It's a Pluto. Your Pluto in your chart is activated, and you are changing. And you know, some of these changes are going to be very, very painful, very painful, very painful. But that is what needs to be required for you to move on to the next level. Okay? So keep up your prayers and stay strong and know that you have a guardian angel that is guiding you and protecting you. Very good, Mary Benz. Very good. Alrighty. Next will be Cha, Sag Moon, Libra Moon, Leo Rising, Sag Sun, Libra Moon, Leo Rising. So you have a trine to the ascendant with the Leo. The Libra Moon. The Libra Moon. Dear. The Libra Moon is tricky. You change your mind a lot, or oscillate back and forth in decisions or non-decisions or something like that. Is what they're telling me. Try to. It's difficult to change that because it's an oscillation, and that oscillation moving from one to the other, from one to the other, never stops with the Moon in Libra person. That never stops. It's not like they can actually stop the scales from tilting the other way. They don't control that. It's gonna always go one way and then go back the other way and go. And the whole goal of the person born with the Libra Moon is to find the middle ground. But this can be extremely difficult. And the Moon in Libra is very Neptunian. It's almost like there's a compensatory mechanism with the Libra Moon where there's a lot of emotional, like, it's almost like sweeping a room. You sweep the room, now the room doesn't look like it needs sweeping. But once you sweep it, you see that dust coming out of them rugs, you're like, oh, damn, it was that dirty, but you couldn't see it. That's kind of like the Libra Moon. There's a lot of emotional residue that has been stored for future analysis. But then it gets stuck there and it creates a life form of its own. Um, and then Libra, by default, or anyone with the Moon in Libra, by default, ends up making the right decision. Even though the pathway to making that decision is one of nebulousness and uncertainty, that even the person with the Libra Moon doesn't probably understand how they arrive at the answers, since they don't have any tangible cognition of what they're trying to convey. The Moon, it rules Cancer and it's all emotion. And Libra is very sterile and very aseptic when it comes to emotional responses. Hear me carefully. It's not that they don't have feelings or emotions. It's the emotional response to another that seems to be a challenge here with the Moon in Libra. Let's see how this is going to play out for you in the coming months and or the coming days, actually, as we move into the new year. Yeah, you need to choose other frames of references in order to evaluate intellectual material and emotional material because they come together. You just don't look at it. And maybe you might need to be forced to look at it, okay? Because it might award you another perspective that can give you information, further information, and any information is good information. And even if it is emotional information, and you might think that it might not be useful, it might be useful down the road later on. There's a part of you that kind of doesn't want to change, that like to have things as they are. Because you feel like you got a handle of things. That's an illusion. Once you get a handle of something, it changes. And you're right back to the oscillation again. And it's going to be like that throughout your whole life. Just like my Saturn in Aries. Certain things won't change. The moon is that. You don't listen to your guardian angels. The angels speak to you, but you don't listen. You're not listening. And that might be because either you don't know how to recognize them from your own, or those of the archon, or you're too distracted with the logical logistics of a situation rather than feeling the emotional imprint of a situation. You might be called to do that with the person with the moon in Libra. That's what I got for you. All right, I will end the stream, and I have everything set up. So I'm going to come back in an hour. God, please don't let me falter on my word. Every time I say it, I never happen. Because you're throwing me something. Please, Sunday. Because I got still plenty of it to do. And if God forbid something happens, I'm going to start calling you because I got your numbers too. To call you directly personally. But it should not be, everything should be working fine. I'm using the phone where before I was using the tablet. And Google has been made aware of the issue with the stream. And I called them and texted them. I spoke to nobody, but I put it on record that I'm going to be live streaming, and I don't want to see this issue again. So now everyone is on alert. So to do this smoothly, because it seems always to be a problem. Guys, I'll come back.